followed by questions. So, Coach, you've got the floor.
Yeah, thanks, John. I mean, it's very difficult to find words to kind of, I would say the good start of the first half, and then we grabbed the early goal with Tim and the set piece, and we showed great mentality through the game, right? So, I'd say during the first half performance, a little bit with the ball, we let ourselves down a little pathway, but I would say mentality to continue to do the right things, mentality to stay true to who we are, and mentality to, we've been searching for goals from the run of play. So, I mean, we've had a scrimmage, when the lights were off. We've always been speaking when the lights are off and able to try and, manipulate certain situations. And we come out the blocks flying and just show a ruthlessness and a mentality and a commitment to the style of play, all right? And then I have to give my players praise for to endure these conditions and to play the way we do and the demands of the game and, the players who come on and, I think 3 goals, contributions between the subs that came on and, 5 goals from the run of play. I mean, listen, you can see when you get to 75 minutes at these conditions, I think the concentration levels, I think for both teams, it just becomes a real lottery, right? To operate under those levels of fatigue and moments. You saw some injuries, you saw a couple of, players going down and it was a tough slog today and credit to my boys. We stayed to it and we remained strong, scored goals by our principles and listen, whether you win 3-0 or 6-3, I think it was a great evening for the fans. And obviously we look at things and try and repair the goals we conceded and some late chances. But other than that, I'm very happy with that today.
Thanks, Coach. We'll kick it off with Santi.
Bradley, congratulations on the win. Lots of positives tonight. One of them, the first minutes with CDSC's jersey for Joakim, Nilsson and Nökkvi, Thórisson. What did you see from those guys tonight?
Yeah, listen, I mean, Nökkvi showed in transition he can be a real threat, with some running in behind and some clean touches, top of the box and leading others into play and trying to search for another goal. So, we saw some good things that we liked and I think Joakim just comes in a moment where there's a bit of chaos, there's a bit of panic, there's a bit of, defending to do. So, for me, it's just that he gets on the field and finds comfort, finds confidence, and finds safety in what we're doing. And, he's got the ability now to grow every single day with us and to continue to be an option for us, right? Just having his presence around the team in the locker room before the game, to endure the journey that he's had over 15 months now. And, he's committed to the cause. He's gone down to City 2 and played City 2 minutes, right? The most humble guy, one of the most humble guys I've ever met. And to go through that process and to reward him with those minutes under tough conditions is never easy, right? So, but I'm looking forward to the next couple of months with Joakim.
Next we'll go to Tom Timmerman.
Scoring 6 goals, which is no small feat. But when you look at the 3 you allowed, I mean, you think just a product of being just worn out there?
Yeah, listen, you look at 4-1, right? At 4-1, in control of the game. You give away one moment. There's, you give away the penalty and these type of things. But again, can you blame the players with these conditions, right? So especially playing the way we do and doubting that it can work. It can work, We just had to be a little bit more resilient at the end and find new ways to defend and show courage. And I think we did all of that. And just unfortunate that, the concentration levels, that's the first thing that goes with the heat. When you run out of gas, your brain's telling you to do things, but your body can't do it anymore, right? And you get to feel with the players. But, credit to them. They did the job early on, right? And I think that's what got us over the line.
When Tim scores that early goal, is it throwback to the first Austin game, the first game ever, to as he set the tone there?
This whole week was like that, right? This whole week was talking about the first game. This whole week, we said early in the week with the press conference, the first half, right? So, and we sort of rekindled some of those memories before the game as well. We watched a bit of footage. We watched a bit of, before the game, post game, and all those emotions, and just get us, the pressure of not playing for 5 weeks. There needs to be a release, and I saw a nice release from our players tonight within our principles, right? So it was just an enjoyable night, and I'm glad the fans came out with the late kickoff that it was.
Go to bed.
Hey, I've been very impressed by Gioacchini's poise, especially in the box. From a coaching standpoint, can you describe what you're seeing with the poise and overall?
Yeah, listen, any goal scorer or any striker that doesn't, get a goal out of the run of play for the last couple of games. Obviously, they start searching for something, right? And in training, I could see that Joa was searching for something, something positive. So we've been doing a lot of work with Joa, right? We've been doing a lot of work with our strikers, and we've had ample time to work, in transition and sharpen up some of our, triggers and pressing, and not just, especially in these conditions, when do you go? When is the right time to go? You don't go all the time. You don't get too stretched. So, I thought from, Joa and the supporting attackers, with AZ as well, I thought there was a good shape to us, right? And getting it in good shape then gets you into good spots. And then you can see it as a striker, because then you have more time. You can set your body, you can focus, and then finish your final plays. So, but it starts with the willingness to work the way we work, and then running behind, and then get underneath and be an option. And that's the way we play. So it's demanding, but also I think when you stick to it, the results are just as sweet.
And Fred?
Bradley, you kind of touched on this, but one of the, commentaries early on when you guys were talking about how you wanted to play was, well, there's no way they're going to be able to do that when it's oppressive heat in the dead of summer. Did you hear that? Were you at all concerned about how the style would hold up to conditions like this? And what do you think was proven tonight in your kind of first test in a situation where it could have maybe tested?
Sure, I think we were tested, right? I mean, listen, Austin's a great team. They're fifth in the conference. If you look at match day 18 through 23, they had more points than us going into this game. So, credit to them. But again, just showing when we operate at certain times, and we have to be disciplined in our press. We have to be really focused at when we release, because every ounce of energy that we waste, is a potential target, is a potential weapon for the opponent to expose us. So, you could see we had moments, where it's not perfect, and I don't think it ever will be, with both styles of play. So, but sticking to it is the beauty of it, right? And when everyone's bought in, and when you score goals in transition, it just energizes you one more time to keep on doing what we're doing, because that's enough proof and satisfaction, and everyone thrives on scoring goals. Everyone wants to score goals, but our way demands a lot of hard work to get to those moments.
Is there a better way to say that you guys are ready for this, or that put it all out there than Parker laying on the ground looking like he had actually passed out on the field after the game?
Yeah, we wanted to dedicate this to Tim Parker. No, seriously, no. We wanted to dedicate this game to Tim, right? So I don't know if you're going to get to speak to Tim at all, but he has some things going on in the next couple of days, and I'm sure it's very exciting news, and he'll let you know all about it. But this was probably for Tim. I said to him before the game, this is for you. So I'm glad he got his goal, and yeah.
We can go to the back to Sam.
All right, Coach. My name is Sam, African Sports Network.
How you doing, Sam?
Texas. So you guys have a fan from Houston, Texas.
Thank you very much.
What is this? 9-goal thriller. When that game was at 5-3, maintaining composure, by the players is somehow difficult in that kind of game. How are you able to do that to keep your players calm so they won't commit errors? Looking at how Austin said coming back when they give away the first penalty kick.
Yeah, listen, I can argue we were too calm, right? Because when we got the ball, we were making silly mistakes, with the ball. And we just, the best thing to do when you're leading 5-3 is to make the opponent work, make the opponent run. But the fatigue set in earlier than we anticipated, right? And when the fatigue sets in, then you're not moving to be an option. You're not moving with and without the ball. You're not moving in transition. You're not supporting the play. So, and then we get stretched. So I would argue, we didn't do some of those things, but then we made changes at crucial times, and guys that came in had a bit of energy and could finish off the final place. So I'm happy for a bunch of these guys, because we've got a very good roster now. We feel on the bench, I feel anytime we start a team, it's competitive, and that's all the things that we can ask for. But great mentality from the guys to come off the bench and show the hunger and desire to help the team, and if they help the team the way they did, then they score goals, right? And then we score goals, and we all succeed.
Adeniran seems to be a super sub coming from the bench to grab a brace. What can you say about the style of play? And that first goal is on Arsenal's feet. How clever was that goal to you?
Sorry, who are you talking about?
Adeniran.
Oh, Sam. Yeah, Sam. I mean, listen, Sam's a weapon, when he comes on, and, just thinking about how Tim Parker felt, the other team's feeling that exactly the same way. And when you bring Sam on, he's intimidating, he's quick, he's fast, he's technical, he's got a lot of speed and pace to get behind, and then he's shown a lot more composure, right? So just thinking of in the final third, making meaningful plays, staying on the ball, getting shots off. So yeah, I thought he did really well tonight, and he showed a hunger and a desire to continue to be, part of this team and part of this progress and part of this journey. So, credit to everybody. Tomáš Ostrák, another one, who comes in and does great things and who works hard in training. And yeah, some days we have off days, some days we have bad days and good days. But, he's a guy that's been fighting against it a little bit, just in terms of trying to get his form and trying to play through things. And yeah, so credit to him to come on and have a successful moment like that, because I think that just lifts a weight of energy off his shoulders, and negative energy maybe for him, but it turns into positive energy for us. So resiliency for this group is key. Thank you.
Brendan?
Coach, you touched on it a second ago, getting 3 goals from your fresh legs. You're about to get Klaus back and have that roster just about complete. Have we seen yet how you're going to be able to deploy this roster now moving forward these next several weeks?
Yeah, the thing I'm thinking is trying to fit the pieces of the puzzle to be successful against each opponent, right? So that might be in a certain formation, it might be in certain personnel, but the luxury in having that is now the competition for places. So again, it's up to us now to manage the group and manage expectations and keep guys, sort of modest and grounded and humble. And when we get our number called, that we empty the tank for the team, right? So for me, I could be sitting here, another coach could be sitting here, but this project is far more important than me and any other player, right? This is the journey for them. I'm accompanying the players on their journey, but what a magnificent platform that we've been given to work, right? So we would be crazy to think if I'm getting subbed in at the 70th, I'm not really valued. We value everybody in our roster. We value everybody, and it's my job to keep those expectations tempered, but also to keep the edginess in the group, to keep on pushing us for the next 10 games.
Daniel?
Coach, I'm just curious. Niko sitting on a hat trick, has a breakaway, has a shot, attempt on goal, decides to pull back, pass it back to Sam for an attempt on goal. Does that frustrate you more, or are you proud of your player for maybe being selfless in that?
No, I mean, listen, we said in transition, it's, we could see tonight that Austin were just dropping off, right? So we said at halftime, stay on the ball. So Joa gets time in their box and stays on the ball and brings Sam into play. So, I cannot discredit him for making that decision, right? So, and we support our players in the final third, and if he could think he had a good angle of the shot, and maybe he could have, but he thought Sam was in a better position for that moment, and we if it goes in goal, we say great, and again, he's just trying to be a good teammate.
We'll wrap up with Tom.
Actually, at the second half hydration break, Tim looked a little miffed on the.
Yeah.
What was he upset about?
Yeah, if you were a defender too, and we've just conceded a goal, and we've given up a couple of moments, but again, it's just tough out there. It's something you've never experienced. I'm not sure, and just to keep on playing the way we do and the demands we set on ourselves, it's never easy, right? So the first thing, like I said, is the concentration, right? Your body it gets depleted of all energy resources, and your brain just goes, right? So it's almost a hard reset, and sometimes that's purposeful by Tim. Sometimes it's purposeful by Roman, me, a couple of guys, just to reshock the system, just to quench a little bit more energy out of the reservoir, out of the batteries. So maybe that was one of his tactics.
And was it? You hate to see a guy get a concussion, but getting a 6th sub, is that a good thing?
Yeah, listen, I think it helps both teams, right? I mean, it gives us an extra option, and it gave them extra options too, right? So you could see when they bring on 2 strikers, with Bruin and Jazzy Zardes, then we struggled a little bit, right? We took a little bit of time to get re-control of the game, but we worked it back to 4-1. We just stepped on the gas pedal one more time. And yeah, listen, this is the MLS. It's good teams. Driussi played on that team, don't forget, right? So Rigoni is a DP. So there's a couple of good difference makers on that team, including Jazzy Zardes and all the other players that they brought in. So yeah, that's a very good team.
And then Blom's yellow card, he's going to miss a game now, isn't he? It's got to be a disappointing thing on a yellow card like that.
Yeah, it is disappointing, but again, players are emotional. Players are trying to gain advantage using their bodies, and I think, I don't know if it's not on purpose. I think the hand just slides up the body and hits the neck, but I don't think that's any malice by no means. I mean, anyone who knows Jobs, he's the sweetest kid in the world. So I mean, yeah, it sucks we're going to miss him. But again, we just spoke about it. The roster is now getting stronger and healthier every day that goes by. So we'll have options.
Coach, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.